Hi, Garden Rebels. I want to wish you all a happy Memorial Day. That's one of those holidays that kind of sneaks up on me. And I think I've lived my entire life not knowing exactly what day it arrives upon. It just shows up. And I figured out, by the way, that it is the last Monday in May. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I just find that fascinating and interesting because I never knew. And I always get confused too, by the way, between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. I know it seems kind of explanatory that Memorial Day is for those fallen soldiers and Veterans Day is for all the folks who have served in the military. Soldiers who served, veterans who served, but then just passed away naturally. So they're memorialized as well too. Then there's Veterans Day. Anyway, they both, it's fitting and proper that we should honor those. And you know what's interesting about this holiday too, by the way, that I didn't know, is that it used to be called Decorations Day. And I'm glad they did change the name. The word decorations comes into my mind, and it's probably not the proper way to think of our fallen soldiers. But Abraham Lincoln, I don't think ever celebrated officially even a Decorations Day. It was established 3 years after, I didn't know this, 3 years after the Civil War by John A. Logan. He was a major general in the Union Army, and he was in charge of this veterans group. And he thought that that we should honor all those fallen soldiers by decorating their graves. This is what's interesting to me, is that he chose May 30th as the official Decorations Day because that would be the time around the country that we would have the most flowers. Great thinking, John A. Logan. Major General John A. Logan. I want to do something today that may require a bit of courage. And it's a really small measure of courage compared to, say, Memorial Day, but courage nonetheless. We are going to hang a bracket on the side of a house. I know, why would that require courage? Well, it drills inside the house, and we have kind of a natural inclination to say, no, 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 that is not a good thing. So I want to show you a way that you can do that and be completely comfortable, but also along those lines to think about that kind of hanging basket that you like to see, say, out of your window or as you drive home, and what kind of difference it makes to a house structure to make it feel more like home. Now, the first question before we hang any bracket on any wall is to ask ourselves what size of basket we would like to hang there. I guess we begin with the end in mind. Is it going to be something much larger? Perhaps something in the medium size range? Maybe something really large? Maybe you'd like to hang something a little more unusual or different. Or it could be a basket that's more traditional. So whatever the size or shape of your basket, measurement across the diameter is where we really want to start. Begin there, measuring the basket that you'd really like to have on that bracket. "24 inches, 16 inches, 16 and a half inches, 13 inches. Oh, wait. 6 inches. 2.5 inches.
I need a bigger measuring tape.
So once we have that measurement in mind, we can go shop for the actual bracket. Now I know we're talking real world. Sometimes we don't get a chance to measure the actual basket we want to hang first, but rather we're at the shop or store that we're shopping for brackets. And here's my advice on that, is measure the bracket. So this one here is going to be 15 inches. On this bracket, so it's 15 inches minus 3 inches for clearance. So that gives us 12 inches. 12 inches times 2 is 24 inches. So we can hang a basket that goes out 12 inches, 24 inches. Now 24 inches is a pretty large basket. And so then we've got just to take a look at the strength of the bracket. Now, technically in the diameter wise, this looks like a strong bracket. But at 24 inches, we're looking at 100 pounds, maybe 125 pounds soaking wet. And this has no crossbars or upper support. So we really limit out on the weight of the basket. It can handle 24 inches, but it won't handle the weight. So look for brackets that have that extra support, whether it's a cross arm or a cross support here, to hold that extra weight. This bracket is what we call our extra heavy duty bracket, and you can see extra heavy duty meaning that it has that cross top for support, and also this crossbar to really hold in that strength. And it also has a really strong back plate that we can bolt into the wall in multiple locations. So really a strong bracket. Now this is technically 18 inches across from here to here, 17 inches if you really want to be technical, because it hangs right here. And so 17 inches minus, say, 2 inches. So we'll have that basket off 2 inches. Gives us 15 inches. 15 times 2 is 30 inch basket. So this can hold a 30-inch basket. And a 30-inch basket is going to be a pretty big basket as far as baskets are concerned, also pretty heavy. But because of the cross support, this bracket will be able to do that job. We're walking through the neighborhood where we're going to put up these brackets here. I'm excited to show you these houses. And right behind me is this house. And this is the driveway. We're going to install the bracket right onto this wall. So you see that lap siding. I'm going to show you a technique how to get around that lap siding, the little divots in there, and be very confident about mounting a hanging bracket anywhere on your house. So this is the wall right here that we're going to install the bracket. I'm hoping to put it right up here. Now notice this little, these little ledges here. I've picked a bracket that's long enough so that will sit on this, on the lap siding, nice and flat. Now the bolts we're going to use are these timber lock bolts right here. So it's really meant to go into straight solid wood. Nice thing about them is that they're black. There'll be a nice finish on that for the brackets. They also go deep enough into the house to keep it nice and sturdy. I've noticed I've had some better results than traditional lag bolts on that. Now the trick on using these guys, by the way, if you choose to use the timber locks, is that you need to drill a pilot hole just to the beginning so it can get through some of this tougher outer coating of the ceiling, of the siding. Okay, here's the plan. So I measured out the top of the basket hanger to the bottom of the basket and decided that this bracket would do much better. So it's going to hang about like this. And visually, I can see where the bottom of the basket's going to go. It's going to be something like this. So these 2 holes that I've drilled out, now I am going to be filling those up with a caulking. Okay, not sure if you can see this, but just in an abundance of caution, I added caulking to the actual drill hole that I made, but I also added just some caulking around the tops, just the top portion of this bracket to protect that any water gets within range of this hole. And so now I didn't do the entire bracket because I want allow water to go through, but I did add in some extra caulking here at the bottom. So still allowing water to drip through. I don't want it to collect in there, but just on the side and just on the very top of this bolt. So there's a little bit of a gap you can see. So the long bracket allows me to put this against the lap siding so that it comes out nice and straight. And of course, it's going to be nice and strong. Hooks and hangers, brackets on the wall. Guys, that's the show for the day. Always live your passion.